Good morning. My name is Dr. Jonathan Lau, and I'm the co-chair for the Board of Dentistry. Welcome to the Board of Dentistry's hybrid meeting, being conducted virtually and in person. This meeting is being recorded. I will take the board roll call after the video and information is provided on internet and phone access for this meeting. A short video will be shown now to explain the procedures for this hybrid meeting. This will cue the tech staff to start.
Welcome to the Professional and Vocational Licensing Virtual Board Meeting.
When the meeting begins momentarily, the chair will take a roll call, explain any specific rules for this particular board, and then move to public comment. The name of the board member will appear on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. For instance, this is board member Y, and this is board member E. Public testimony will be accepted at the beginning of the meeting and before each agenda item. You can indicate that you are ready to testify by clicking on the Raise Hand button being circled by the mouse on your screen now. At the appropriate time, the board will recognize you to speak and ask you to unmute your mic as shown here. Again, public testimony will be accepted at the beginning of the meeting and before each agenda item. Public attendees will not be able to unmute their microphone until recognized by the board. Public attendees who are recognized to testify will be asked to identify themselves by name and their affiliated organization if applicable. Please mute your microphone when you are finished speaking, as a courtesy to others and members of the board. Public attendees will not be able to unmute themselves after the testimony is completed unless recognized again after raising their hand. At some point during the meeting, the board may choose to move into executive session. When the board moves into executive session, the board members' microphones and video feeds will be turned off, and a similar screen as you see now will be displayed. When the board returns from executive session, their microphones will be turned on, as well as their video cameras.
Welcome again to the Professional and Vocational Licensing Virtual Board Meeting.
At this time, the chair will call the meeting to order and take a roll call, as well as explain any additional rules that may be specific to this board.
So everybody will have to speak really loud.
Okay. Internet access. To view the meeting and provide live oral testimony, please use the link at the top of the agenda. You'll be asked to enter your name. The board requests that you enter your full name, but you may use a pseudonym or other identifier if you wish to remain anonymous. You will also be asked for an email address. You may fill in this field with any entry in an email format. Your microphone will be automatically muted. The chairperson asks for public testimony and click the raise hand button found on your Zoom screen to indicate that you wish to testify about that agenda item. The chairperson will individually enable each testifier to unmute their microphone. When recognized by the chairperson, please unmute your microphone before speaking and mute your microphone after you finish speaking. Upon request, your Zoom video or similar on-camera option will be enabled to allow you to be visible to the board members and other meeting participants while presenting oral testimony. Please turn off your camera after you conclude your testimony. It is the individual testifier's responsibility to ensure they have the video and internet capabilities to successfully stream or remotely testify. The board maintains the authority to remove and block individuals who willfully disrupt or compromise the conduct of the meeting. Phone access. If you cannot get internet access, you may get audio-only access by calling the phone number listed at the top of the agenda. Upon dialing the number, you'll be prompted to enter the meeting ID, which is also listed at the top of the agenda. After entering the meeting ID, you will be asked to either enter your panelist number or wait to be admitted into the meeting. You will not have a panelist number, so please wait until you're admitted into the meeting. When the chairperson asks for public testimony, you may indicate you want to testify by entering star and then 9 on your phone's keypad. After entering star and then 9, a voice prompt will let you know that the host of the meeting has been notified. When you When recognized by the chairperson, you may unmute yourself by pressing star and then 6 on your phone. A voice prompt will let you know that you are unmuted. Once you are finished speaking, please enter star and then 6 again to mute yourself. For both internet and phone access when testifying, you will be asked to identify yourself and the organization, if any, that you represent. Each testifier will be limited to 5 minutes of testimony per agenda item. If connection to the meeting is lost for more than 30 minutes, the meeting will be continued on a specified date and time. This information will be provided on the board's website. Instructions to attend the State of Hawaii virtual board meetings may be found online.
Okay, I will now conduct a roll call of the board members in attendance. Please indicate if you are alone or someone else is present. Dr. Paul Guevara.
President alone.
Thank you. Dr. Tini Hirano.
Present and alone.
Myself, present. Dr. Stephen Pine.
Present and alone.
Ms. Joy Shinwo.
Present.
Ms. Marianne Timmerman.
Present and alone.
Dr. Christopher Wu.
Present and alone.
Ms. Joyce Yamada.
Present.
Dr. Craig Yamamoto. I think he's.
I'm present and alone.
Okay, good. Dr. Jerry Young.
Present.
Dr. Andrew Sales.
Present and alone.
Okay. We have a full board. Yay. Okay, in addition to the board members, we have Executive Officer Eli Lane and Adrian Stenaro and Deputy Attorney General Andrew Kim and Christopher Han, as well as members from our staff to assist with the technical side of the hybrid meeting, and our Director, Young Im Wilson. Okay, confirming that we do have quorum. This being quorum, I'm calling the meeting to order. Start time is 10:08 a.m. As a reminder to board members participating virtually, please remember to mute your microphone if you are not speaking. If you need to step away, please announce that you're doing so and please indicate when you return. The agenda for this meeting was filed with the Office of the Lieutenant Governor and posted on the state electronic calendar as required by Hawaii Revised Statutes as Section 92-7B. There's announcements. We'd like to welcome and introduce our new board member, Dr. Jerry Young, to the board, right here. Yay! And Dr. Young, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself or anything?
Absolutely. I'm Jerry Young. I grew up here in Honolulu and I went to school at St. Andrew's Prairie School for Girls. I went to college in Southern California, came back and went to medical school at JABSA. I graduated in 1978 with my husband and I practiced. Then I did my internship in pediatrics in Los Angeles and then came back to Kapiolani to finish my residency in 1981. Since 1981, my husband and I practiced medicine on Kauai. I was there for 42 years. I worked primarily as a general pediatrician, but my last 15 years, I was chief medical officer and then Hawaii medical director for Hawaii Pacific Health at Wakats Hospital. So I retired 2 years ago and then I moved back here a little over a year ago. In my retirement, I took a part-time job as executive director for Pu'ulapa'au, and which is the Hawaii program for healthcare professionals. And otherwise, I'm really enjoying seeing my family here. My husband and I had 2 sons, but nobody lives on Kauai. So one of them lives here, so he has to see me a lot. But thank you. I've really enjoyed being, actually, I was on the Hawaii Medical Board for 8 years as the Kauai representative. And when I termed out, they asked me if I was willing to serve on the Board of Dentistry, and I said I'd be happy to. So it's a real privilege for me to be here. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Okay, next item, approval of open and executive session minutes of the September 15, 2025 board meeting. But there's a correction to this. The board is approving meeting minutes for October 13th, 2025, not September 15th, 2025. So, is there any public testimony on this?
There's no one.
Okay, how about any board discussion and comments? Okay, since there's no comments or testimony, let's get a motion to vote to approve the minutes.
Ms. Yamada, I make a motion to approve the minutes of October 13, 2025.
Joy Shimabuku, I second.
Okay, so so all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Good. Next. This one. Okay, ongoing business. Okay. So for this item, we're talking about revised positional statement concerning treatment of sleep-related breathing disorders, SRBDS. So this agenda item was deferred from the last board meeting to address additional revisions to the positional statement on SRBDS. So it's in the packet. Is there any public testimony about the printout?
There's no requesting for public testimony.
Okay, no public testimony. How about any board discussions or comments about that position statement? Looks like there's none. Okay. Let's get a motion to vote to approve the statement.
Make a motion.
Okay. Motion by Joy Shimobuku. Any seconds? Any seconds?
I second, Ms. Yamada.
Okay. Let's take a vote to approve the position statement. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? None. Okay. Passed. Okay. The statement will now be posted on the Board of Dentistry's website. Okay, next. Appointment of legislative liaisons. Okay, each legislative session, there is an appointment of board members as well as legislative liaisons to be available to testify or support the board's executive officer regarding dental-related bills. Preferably appoint the dentist and dental hygienist liaisons. EO is the primary testifier on behalf of the board, so that will, Adrian will be the primary testifier in case there's a law or a statute or something coming up in the legislature to represent dentistry. But he needs a dental hygienist and a dentist for the board to back him up, so do we just assign that? Or- So when there's a bill that comes, yeah, and then they want to hear from the dentist, their views and to support or to say something against the view, then I guess you have to go to the actual session, right? Physically, so ideally someone from Oahu can do that. Is there any volunteers? Do we have that? Just appointed.
You can volunteer someone.
I volunteer, Andrew. to do it. Thank you, Andrew. How
Okay, I
about,
accept.
I'm Mary Ann.
how about, Mary Ann, can you volunteer for this since you live here?
I can, but, I do work Monday through Friday, so is some, is there someone else that can?
Is there any other hygienist that lives on this island that, no, you're the only, there's only two, you and Joy, so how about you volunteer? Just as a backup to Andrew.
Okay, yes, I
Okay.
can do.
Okay, thanks, Mary Ann.
This is
This is Dr.
Andrew.
Rivera. I just want to make a point, if I could, Dr. Lau. A lot of times we've done this in the past, and the board EO would send out email or something or a text to the existing board members because we all work, and not everyone will be available to testify. So a lot of times the people that are on the wall who have to just kind of be on standby, and just once it comes down, whoever is available are the ones. Everyone on the board is supposed to be able to testify to the legislature. That's part of being on the board. So a lot of
Okay.
times it has to be voluntary, that the whole board is required to do that if needed. We would act as just giving information as a dentist or a hygienist. So to have one person do it is good to have someone designated to do it, but it's the responsibility of the entire board. That's who's ever available has to testify, whoever can do it, because it puts a lot of burden on one person if they have to do it all the time. Being on the board for as long as I have, I've testified several times because I was able to free myself up for this, but it is the responsibility of the whole board to be available if someone needs to testify. That's just my comments to that.
Okay, so thank you again for volunteering, and everyone, all the other board members, be aware that we can contribute if they're busy to help them out. I'm sure we can do that. Okay, thank you.
Dr. Lau, this
Yes.
is Andrew. Also, with the liaison, if the executive officer has any questions or clarifications about any issues, when they are going to be testifying, it's important that we can also give support that way too, even if we can't testify.
Yes, so agent, be free to ask any of us questions. And I think you can do it online to like written testimony in addition to the live testimony for important bills too. I remember doing that before. Okay. Okay. Motion to present to go 1 second.
Move to executive session.
Don't believe this needs a double check. Do we need a motion vote for this? Oh, no. Okay, so next then, so those are primary and secondary, Andrew, Nathan, and Mary Ann, okay. Okay, going on to new business. Okay. I call it this. Yeah, okay, so the board may move into executive session in accordance with HRS 92-4 and 92-5A for one A and A4 to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues pertinent to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Okay, so we need to go into executive session probably to discuss items A, B, C, and D, but do we need any public testimony about those items before we go into executive session? Okay.
And so we move into executive session.
Okay, so we have a motion to move into executive session by Joy and second by
Joyce.
Joyce. Okay, so we're now going to executive session.
So the people.
We cannot turn on this one?
I'm not going to choose either.
Uh, to the chair, Dr. Yamamoto indicated he had to step away during the breakout, and that might have been caught in the transition. Just wanted to bring that up.
Are we going back? Okay. Welcome back. This is Board Chair Jonathan Lau. We're having technical difficulties and we don't have visuals, so please identify yourself by name when you want to speak. But as a short summary, during executive session, we discussed items 5A, B, and C with our Attorney General. And we need to work on that and bring that back at another session. So we're gonna continue on to item 5.
So let's start to vote on the extension, if the board can
Okay.
continue to discuss, and if they wanna, if they're okay with it, then to do the vote on extending the current period.
Okay, so
Someone can ask for a motion if they can.
can we get a motion to extend our discussions of all of them, A, B?
Oh yeah, say your name before speaking. You forget me.
George Yamada, I make a motion to extend the current period of validity for the anesthesia permits under HR 448-29.
Specify until
This is
Till January 31st, 2026.
Joyce Shimabuku, I second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay. Item B. Okay. Discussion and possible action concerning changes to Hawaii Administrative Rule Title 16, Chapter 79 to allow for more time to conduct inspection of facilities, equipment, and personnel under HRS 448-30 prior to anesthesia permit renewals. Do we have a motion to?
So no motions needed. We just want to know, the board can continue to discuss if there's if there are any ideas on getting the application in sooner. I think 3 months is something we're looking at, and then if that's okay, then we'll work with the executive officer and maybe a board member on coming up with language to make it so applicants who are seeking a renewal of their anesthesia inspection will have to submit their application 3 months prior to the deadline.
So we don't have to vote.
No.
Okay, so we just state it and move on. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what about item 5C? Discussion concerning procurement process for anesthesia inspectors.
Yeah, so the board can continue to discuss, what is their appetite on hiring an inspection team. Because under the current process, we're using volunteers.
Okay, yeah, okay, so good.
Does the board have any thoughts on getting let me ask you this, does anybody oppose getting a procurement, doing this procurement process and us looking into it? I mean, you don't have, I'm not asking whether you agree with like, what the wording and everything will be, but anybody has like a strong feeling of, you should continue on with the volunteers, that would be helpful to know now.
This is Andrew Zale. I just want to know the possible options and exploring that so we can evaluate that more fully and the different different consequences if we go through the procurement. At least give us an option and we can, look at it further.
So I think what we'll do is, we'll, just so the board has something to look at, like on paper, we'll draft something up. And then at the next meeting or so, the board can look at it and see, and make a better informed decision.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
So no vote need on that. We can go to the
Okay,
next.
next, nomination of ADEX Council of Examiners Representatives. So, with this,
Why don't we ask for public testimony on this one?
okay, is there any public testimony or comments about item 5D?
Thank you, Dr. Lau, requesting for a public testimony.
Okay, so there's no public testimony. Is there any comments from the board? We do have, everyone's familiar with this, yeah, the merger. So we do have two volunteers from the board, Dr. Seo and Marianne Timmerin, that have volunteered to be our representatives. Is there anyone else that wishes to volunteer for this? Any
How many
other board members?
volunteers do?
Oh, yeah, just
One
remind the board.
hygienist and one dentist.
Please say your name before we speak. I
Oh,
think I'm also making
sorry.
that mistake,
Okay.
but I keep forgetting.
So this is Board Chair Jonathan Lau. And for this item, because of the merger between the ADEX CWC to form a new organization, they're requiring each state to send one dentist and one hygienist to represent them in this new organization. They have to be actively practicing dentists and hygienists or have been practicing within the last, board members within the last 5 years, I believe. So, so any board members that want to do this, right?
I think.
And you cannot if you belong to the other organization.
Joyce Yamada, I think that, if Dr. Seu and Marianne would like to continue on, which I think that would be great.
Okay, any other board comments? No, okay, then let's vote. Do we have to nominate them or they already threw their name in, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're okay with that.
If they're okay, then, all in favor of appointing Andrew and Marianne and Dr. Seo and Marianne Timmerman to these positions, say aye. Aye.
I,
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed. Okay. Fine. Okay, next item, 5E.
Like that. Oh, wait, about E, oh wait, we
yeah.
never.
Okay, request for continuing education waiver for Brett Suzaki and we've discussed it in the executive session, so do we ask the public or?
We already asked for public.
Okay.
Money on this one,
Okay,
so we can vote.
so let's go vote. All in favor of allowing him a waiver, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion to allow this waiver. Okay. 5F, Hawaii Program for Healthcare Professionals, presented by Dr. Melanie Vallejos, Pu'ulu Lapa'au Board Member. Adrian, did you want to make any comments regarding this agenda item?
We talked about it a little bit before, but just a reminder, we only have 10 minutes per person.
Yes.
So yeah, it should be total.
Okay, so I'm Melanie Vallejos. I'm a dentist on Maui.
Can you speak louder?
Yes, I am Melanie Vallejos and I am a dentist on Maui. And I served on this board first from 2006 to 2014. Now I'm on a board called Pu'u'alapa'au, which means in Hawaiian, again, a group to heal or cure. We are here, as you are, to advocate for patient safety and care. And we do this by helping the healthcare provider who needs us. And a healthcare provider may need us for different reasons like substance use disorder or behavioral issues, boundary violations. Our goal is to aid our colleagues suffering from any of these issues by providing a pathway for wellness. Because we feel that the healthcare providers are best resources if they're healthy. We serve physicians and physician assistants, nurses, pharmacists, dentists, in the healthcare field. We are a 501 nonprofit. And I show the 2-minute video. That kind of sums up what we stand for.
Being a physician and juggling other things in life, I felt that there was a lot of pressure on me to be perfect in every aspect of my job. And the pressures to do things perfectly became very challenging for me. I just felt like I needed a way to cope. And I turned to alcohol to self-medicate.
Physicians are human, and like any other person, when they're ill, they are not 100%. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and the Physician Health Program intervened and saved my life.
Every year, physician health programs help approximately 10,000 physicians, and that doesn't include the other health professional types, pharmacists, dentists, and nurses, all of whom might not be retained in the workforce were it not for the help that the Physician Health Program provides.
The increased severity of illnesses like alcoholism affects the physician's intellect, their cognitive function, their executive function. And a physician health program is instrumental in helping that physician so they can be 100%.
The number one fear that physicians have is stigma of their health condition and whatever they're experiencing that's causing distress. What the PHP does is extend an arm out to someone who's in need, who might not necessarily have that support network in place. The PHP model has the physician's well-being at the core, so that when a physician or a trainee needs assistance or help, that they feel sheltered, protected, and safe.
Physician health programs provide a tremendous amount of education, outreach, and support to the healthcare community to step in when physicians are having difficulty.
We are more invested than ever in making sure healthcare professionals across the country understand where to go and how to seek care.
Asking for help was one of the hardest things I ever did, and getting treatment was a real revelation that we really do need to heal ourselves before we can continue to heal other people.
And I just wanted to let you know that we do have resources here in Hawaii for healthcare providers. And I wanted to end with a success story from somebody who also sought help from their state's healthcare program. And this is from their bio. Oh, this was when I developed a substance abuse problem, which took over my life. I entered college with a substance abuse problem and graduated with a worse one. But I never practiced drunk or high. I'm proud of that. But I can't always say I practiced at my best. I moved to Michigan to be with my wife, and I was using a lot of drugs by then. I remembered a presentation from addiction medicine specialist during my residency, who pointed out that every state had a well-being hotline for healthcare professionals. They could call to get help with dignity and confidentiality while maintaining their license. I called and ultimately went to rehab. But I still didn't think I had a problem. I went back to my old ways, and 14 months after leaving my first rehab stint, I hit rock bottom. I returned to rehab again and have been sober since October 1998. I was finally humbled enough to recognize I couldn't do this on my own, and I had to follow the lead of people who were successful in this realm. So I dove into my recovery, and 25 years later, I still value my recovery as my most important thing in my life. And without it, I would have nothing. And today his CV is a long list of leadership accomplishments: board chair, founding chair, educator, and this belongs to Brett Kessler, our ADA president. He has stated he's grateful for these opportunities, quote, because back when I was in my bottom, I was contemplating suicide. There is a stigma and shame about a healthcare professional seeking help, and doubly because healthcare providers are healers, not the ones that need healing. We are human with all the human traits everyone else in the world has. So we wanted to let you know there are resources for our colleagues. Thank you for having me. And I believe
Also, submitted brochures in the, want to take it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Domingo. Next item.
Maybe if there's any public testimony.
Oh, any public testimony?
Thank you.
Public testimony.
Okay. Next item is 5G. Council of State Governments, CSG Dentist and Dental Hygienist, DDH Compact, presentation by Dan Luggs, the Director, the National Center for Interstate Compacts. Adrian, did you want to make any comments regarding this agenda item?
I think the last meeting we had the other compact, right? So
Yes.
this is, I guess, the competition for that. Do we have to present it in person or online?
Is
Dan Luggs
gonna be online or? Dan Luggs.
It's not in person.
Yeah, this is all the people that were here physically.
Okay, so it looks like he's not here then. So, we'll defer this item. Okay, moving on to item 6A. Inquiry from Tina Clark, clarification on prior question concerning licensing requirements for continuing education courses. Adrian, can you give us some background regarding this agenda item?
Sure. So the board previously approved the anesthesia course, but I think Ms. Clark just has additional questions about the licensure for herself and for the other people that are involved in the course, the other clinicians that are teaching it. So she just wanted to reach out to clarify. Although the board already did approve the CE, she just wants to clarify exactly how she should be licensed and the clinicians should. But I can let her clarify what her questions are.
So is she here?
I saw her, yeah, she's.
Okay, so yeah. Let's ask her to speak. Right, can we make her speak?
Yes. She has to accept it on her end.
Okay,
Hello, friends. It's Tina.
hi,
Can you hear me okay?
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And if I remember hearing earlier, you said the video is not working. Is that correct?
Yours should be okay. Can you turn on your video, please? If you can, try at least.
There we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you very much. This is Tina Clark. I'm in Oregon and I just stepped out of my, I'm teaching second year dental hygiene students right now, and we're right in the middle of health history review. And so I tagged one of my coworkers to finish doing that so I could connect with you all.
Are there specific questions you had about your application or?
Yes, yes. I just wanted to get some confirmation that one, like, because I am licensed here in Oregon, I graduated dental hygiene school in 2001, and that's when I took my rev exams. All my clinical boards were back in 2001. And if I understand correctly, to be licensed in the state of Hawaii, which is one of the requirements for the clinical aspects of the course, was what I understood, is I would need to go through these steps to gain a license in the state of Hawaii. And I want clarification on what that process looks like, was one question. The second question is, if I do not have a Hawaii license, but I do have individuals in the state of Hawaii who are practicing clinicians that have their anesthesia endorsement, can they be a part of the clinical teaching team that are there, even though I don't have it, if I were to say observe and be there to answer questions, but not actually do any type of hands-on instruction, but just be there for questions, I could be there or whatever. I just wanted to get some clarification on what that process looks like.
So I believe you can teach the didactic part with no problem.
Yes.
But in the clinic itself, you need to have a licensed Hawaii dentist supervising a licensed dental hygienist, a Hawaii licensed hygienist doing the clinical part. So does that
Correct.
help you with that part, right?
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that when that's going on, that even though I am not licensed in Hawaii, if I were to show up and observe, that would be okay, that I wouldn't be violating any Hawaii rules, because that's kind of one of the things that's prohibited things from moving forward, is that I was under the impression that I needed to, before any clinical aspects could move forward, that I needed to have a Hawaii license before any of the clinical aspects could move forward. But I have several individuals there that already have their Hawaii dental and dental hygiene licenses that can be present. I just wanted to make sure that that was appropriate, even though I don't.
Especially an observer, not an instructor then.
Yeah, so that sounds fine, right? Yeah. You're not holding
Okay.
their hand and giving the anesthesia or anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
just being able to be there to be an observer and help with calibration, so that as those courses continue on, that there's quality assurance.
And your other question was how to get a Hawaii hygiene license, right?
Yes, or if I am only coming in just for these educational items, are there different steps I can take to come in just for these sessions?
I don't think we have like a provisional licensure that would let you do that type of things.
You could get a license and it's good for 2 years, a regular dental hygiene license, right? And I think you can get a community dental hygiene license also. So those are two pathways that are, if you take in the ADEX and all that other things, shouldn't be too hard to gather. I'm thinking, but
Right. Well, my question is because I did all of that in 2001, even though I still have been practicing. I'm an educator, but that was in 2001. And if I understand, it has to be, if it's before 2004 or something like that, that I would have to take all of the exams all over again.
oh,
That's the rule.
then yeah, that's the rules. So
That's-
that's by law, you would have to do that.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if there were other pathways that are available just for these continuing education moments.
No, sorry.
Okay. That's okay. I just wanted to
Lisa's
double check.
there,
I figured
yeah.
it doesn't hurt. I figured it doesn't hurt to ask, right? To find out.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions? Oh, Dr.
Okay.
Say.
You know, in order for the board to approve these courses, they do require the CV of the instructors. So if you do add any instructors, that's something that would need to be submitted for review.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay, that's simple enough. So if I submit them, would we have to go through another board meeting for them to be reviewed and approved?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. I will connect up with the individuals that I have talked with and ask for CVs, so that way I can have those items, because it would be within the collegiate system and or the community health systems in regards to where these local courses would happen. So most of them are already educators within the Hawaii dental and dental hygiene community. So I will reach out to them and ask for some CVs that I can submit for your guys' review.
Okay, sounds like a plan. That sounds good.
All right, thank you all. I appreciate you taking the time to help clarify this, because I want to make sure that everything is very crystal clear, stays above board, and I don't like to walk in the gray zone with these types of things.
And if you have any questions, you can
Yeah,
reach out
definitely
to.
for organizing the CVs, we can get it on the next meeting agenda.
Perfect, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tina. Is there any public testimony?
We're requesting to provide public testimony.
Any board discussions and comments? Nope. Okay. Then I guess we can just move on to applications. Okay. Applications. I still have to read this part. Okay. So for application, we will vote on all ratification list categories at once. I will read off the categories and corresponding license numbers. Okay, so this is for approval. So approved dentist DT 3216 to DT 3218, DT 3269 to DT 3270. Next, approved dental hygienist DH 2513 to DH 2517 and DH 2562. Next, approved community service dentist CSD 117. Oh, that's it. Okay. Is there any public testimony regarding these licenses? Okay. Any board discussions? None. We need a motion to vote on ratification of these licenses. Any motion to approve these?
This is Dr. Rivera. I make a motion to approve the dental license, the hygiene license, and the community service license.
This is Dr. Pine. I'll second that motion.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Okay, motion passed. Okay. Next item, executive officers report.
So it's the second year, December 31st of, or this is Adrian, I keep forgetting to do that. The reminder postcards and the emails have been sent out already. But you can request a hard copy form from our office. You can come here physically or you can email for your hard copy form. But that's all for the EO report, just a renewal year.
Any public testimony? Any board discussion, any comments? No? Okay. Okay. Next meeting, item 9, Monday, January 26th, 2026, scheduled at 10 a.m. And there's also an announcement that the schedule for next year's meetings are gonna be sent
I'll
out.
send it to everyone. It's finalized, it's just not on the.
Okay, so that people can mark your calendars for next year. Okay.
This is Dr. Rivera.
Question.
Yeah, just one last comment, since the flyer is going to go out for the meetings, since we have lots of new board members and everything, could Adrian send out the contacts for all of the new board members and current board members? So
Okay, yeah.
it hasn't been updated in literally probably 2 years, so we have lots of new members. That
Great
should also be done
Great suggestion.
with the calendar.
You're not on the agenda, Jennifer Chung.
Huh?
Jennifer Chung.
So she dropped out that one, so next meeting, okay. Anyway, meeting is adjourned at 11:25.
Yay.
Next year, happy holidays.